Hi, I'm Lou Gallagher. People blow almost 70% of their money on these three things.
I'm Corvette Ronnie. Find out what those things are coming up next on Men Are So Smart.
Retirement might seem like light years away to you millennials, but if you get to your golden years with insufficient funds, it's guaranteed to be even further.
Saving enough money over a 40-year career to maintain your lifestyle in retirement is challenging, to say the least. But there's a lot to be learned from people who have managed to hit their savings goals well before that point, even if you haven't been bitten by the early retirement bug.
A 30-something self-made millionaire named Grant Sabatier, who founded the finance blog Millennial Money, pointed out on his website that Americans on average spend 70% of their money on housing, transportation, and food, not including income taxes and Social Security. So let's break it down for you.
In some parts of the country, hello New York, the percentage spent on housing, transportation, and food can be even higher, or even like San Francisco, Los Angeles. That may leave you feeling deflated before you even start saving. But for this man and others striving for early retirement, it's actually an opportunity.
So if you can spend less on those expenses, then you can bank the difference, is what he says. If you move to a smaller apartment, walk to work, cook at home, you could realistically increase your savings rate to 25% plus or even higher.
To do this, you have to get a little creative. Here are some guidelines you can follow.
Okay, so number one, housing.
If you're part of the 1/3 of Americans who overpay for housing, start by looking for a place that meets the standard of measure of affordability. 30% or less of pre-tax income
I've heard that number
should
before.
go to housing. But to really make progress on your savings goals, you want to limit it as much as possible. So the more you can save in that area, the better. If you find a place that allows you to spend 25% or less of your after-tax income on housing, your savings account will swell.
Okay, let's talk about transportation. After housing, transportation is the next biggest household expense, according to data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's not surprising, since Americans borrowed more money last year to pay for their cars than to pay for college. Now, having a reliable car is important, but you don't have to commit to paying $500 a month for the next 6 years to get one. When shopping for your next car, make sure you can either pay cash up front or pay off the loan in 3 to 4 years at most.
And the other thing to consider here is, remember, the newer your car is, the more expensive your registration.
For sure.
Hence my $450 bill on my truck. And insurance.
Indeed.
Is much, much higher. So if you can buy a car that's a little old, boy, there's still plenty of nice used cars out there that are beautiful, lower mileage, that have plenty of life. That may be your biggest bang.
And might I just add this, a little bit of advice, millennials, and I know not a lot of you that are watching the show, it doesn't show up in the demographics, but let me tell you, I went through this phase. Let me save you the time. Do not buy a vehicle to impress other people.
No.
It's not working. No. You know, you get these visuals of your mind of pulling up in front of the 40-year high school reunion in a beautiful Ferrari.
Yeah.
You know, and
who doesn't want to do that?
Everybody's going to see, oh my God, he's got a Ferrari.
Nobody cares.
And nobody does.
No.
Really. And you know what? It's probably going to sit in the parking lot and nobody other than saying, oh, look, a Ferrari. Yeah. I wonder who that belongs to. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't buy a car to impress other people.
No, not worth it. Number 3 is food. Eating out accounts for 43% of the annual food expenditures for families on average, an obvious area of wasted cash. Well, one that may be easier to target depending on your social life is cutting back on miscellaneous grocery expenses.
This is where things get tough.
Yes. Yeah, you need to stay out of the center aisles and more on the outer aisles. The center aisles are where all the pre-made snacks are. Hot Pockets, Lean Cuisines, and Doritos. Oh, Doritos. Yeah. So you might want to consider skipping items like condiments and vitamins even, since most supplements are kind of a waste of money anyway.
All right, so for this guy Sabatier, which is kind of a funny name, Saboteur would be better. He was also able to amass over $1 million in 5 years. Cutting back in these 3 areas has been more than worth it, he says. At the end of the day, it comes down to a personal choice. But I was happy moving to a smaller apartment, moving closer to my office, and eating out less frequently to bank the difference, he wrote. And I definitely was able to bank the difference, saving at least an additional $13,000 per year by cutting back.
What's Starbucks these days? About $4.50 out the door?
You know you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, that's true. We have a Keurig, and so my wife makes her coffee at home. She doesn't stop at Starbucks every morning and have to buy a $4.50 coffee. That adds up. Even if you are just doing it Monday through Friday when you go to work, it's considerable. Hey, don't go out to lunch every day. Pack a lunch. Holy cow, I saw some tremendous savings. And we were a little tight here. We put 2 kids through college. And I packed my own lunch and took it to work with me. Saved tons and tons of money. I also lost 56 pounds.
Couldn't have been a very good lunch.
You know, it's all possible. The money you'll save is well worth it.
All right, so on today's episode, we talked about ways where you can cut back. Housing. You don't need a house that's bigger. And that applies to retirees as well, or approaching. Yep. You know, you had a house, you had 3 kids, there's 5 of you in the house.
Right.
They're gone now. Do you really need 5 bedrooms in that house?
Yep.
You know, is the house paid for? Are you still paying on it? So housing, one area where you can cut back. Also on transportation, I told you, buy a vehicle that suits your lifestyle and helps you save a few bucks. Finally, food. If you're eating out at restaurants more than 2 or 3 times a week, that can get really expensive,
yeah.
Especially when you're buying.
Yeah.
I know that's one way we try to save money. And there's some other ways too, Ronnie. My wife and I honestly, God, I can't remember the last time we went to a movie at a theater.
Well, see, now we do.
I know.
But we go on $5 night.
I know.
So it literally costs $10 to see a movie.
Yeah.
And we also, most of the local, not most of them, but there are several local malls or shopping areas that have free entertainment. Wednesday nights, they have free concerts at Palladio. And we'll go there and we will enjoy free entertainment. So you don't have to pay for everything. Some things are gratis. Car shows that we go to and everything else costs nothing if you don't enter your car. There are ways to save and still have an enjoyable life and not like you're, Bob Cratchit or anything. So
shut in.
Yeah.
Well, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Sound off on this. You can do so by commenting below.
Maybe there's something that you save money on that we didn't mention here.
Yeah, and what about cable?
Can't live without it.
I know.
I have a buddy though.
Necessity.
I've got a buddy. He pays for Netflix.
Got it.
And Hulu, I think.
Don't got it.
And that's it.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have a TV subscription.
Yeah, does not have a cable subscription.
Mm-hmm.
And ours is expensive. And so he's got 2 little things. They watch what they like. They're not really sucked in by all the rest of that stuff. So power to him.
That's great unless you want to watch a live sporting event, right?
True. Yeah, he's not into sports, so that
works out for him.
It's not something he misses. Yeah.
All right, contact us below. You'll see all the information right there in the description. All of our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter. We're on Instagram.
Tinder.
All of those. Tinder.
Oh no.
I don't think we're on Tinder.
Wait, my wife does know about that.
Yeah. It seems that lately my wife really frowns on dating. Something new. I had no idea.
Who knew?
And by all means, if you enjoyed the program, we hope that you did. You can subscribe to the channel. It's very easy. That'll be popping up over which is my left shoulder right here. And you can click on that and you can subscribe to our program, to our channel. It's the Gallagher Entertainment Network. And we're glad to be here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm Lou Gallagher.
I'm Corvette Ronnie.
And this has been...
And Are So Smart.